And it's connecting, and we're live.
It's a good view of the trash. We'll let that go a little longer. I think Kentucky's three-point shooting's in there somewhere. We connected?
We are
feeling
connected.
Good? It's eerily quiet in here. Hello, YouTube. If you're awake, we're kind of awake. It's very late. What time is it? It's after 1 a.m. We're not in a great mood, not just because we're tired, but because Kentucky just lost its third game in 3 meaningful games, losing to North Carolina at home in the ACC-SEC Challenge. Kentucky looked pretty good most of the game. It was back and forth, but had plenty of opportunities to win this, but a second-half scoring drought completely was the difference maker, opening the door for North Carolina to finish strong and steal the win. Rebounding was a big problem, specifically late in the game. We had a Yelovich block, your boy, but then UNC got back-to-back offensive rebounds, drains a three. I think that took the lead, and that was the last time Kentucky led before that happened. Really just an all-systems failure all the way around. You want to talk about three-point shooting? 1 for 13. That sucked also. Just a bad night, guys. We are sponsored by Friends of Cole. They're not bad. We like them a lot. friendsofcolekentucky.org. Check them out. All the good things they do for Kentucky and the state of Kentucky. We could use Cole's help right now because Jack Pilgrim, that sucked. I want to throw that Christmas tree off the escalator, but we get in enough trouble here, so I better not do that.
I want to throw me off that escalator.
Yeah. I mean, what do we even say? 0-3. This is not good, boys. This is not good.
We talked, I don't know if we spoke it into existence, but we sat there during the pregame show going, I just don't know what the mood's going to be if this happens. If. And we're here, and it's worse. This is not a good place. Kentucky sucks right now. This is a bad basketball team. It's poorly constructed. They have no shooting. I don't know what Pope was thinking when he assembled these guys. He came in known for hey, this guy analytically will match perfectly with his DNA, and it's a perfect chemistry experiment for him usually, but he just threw a bunch of garbage into a pile and said, here you go. Oh, and let's spend $22 million on it. I could not be less impressed right now with this product, with the coaching, everything across the board. It's not injuries. It's just a bad all around product. And I'll be honest, I don't know if there is a fix. There's nothing that I can look at right now and say, oh, well, if we just fine tune this here and there, that's going to be the fix. It is a broken product right now. And the vibe that I got from Pope, listening to him talk, I think it's the realization that, hey, this is a project team. This is not hey, we're underwhelming right now, but we'll wake up on Friday morning and be totally back to normal. I think there's just a total realization that, hey, this is going to be months of repair to get to maybe the end destination, which is a very tough reality knowing what we spent on this team.
Yeah, I mean, Lowe being hurt sucks, and Diabate being out sucks, but this team's not good. This national champion expectations just a month or two ago to getting blown out in 2 games and then coming home and completely giving this one away. Zach, for a team that wants to take 33s, how do you feel about 1 for 13 with Brandon Garrison being the one? I mean, I think the second half drought is the biggest story, but the three-point shooting's right there with it.
Yeah, and of all the 13 three-pointers, the one I hated the most was the one that went in. That was the one I did not want him to take, and it went right in. So credit to Brandon Garrison for that, because I know he's definitely not been put in a fun spot right now. And to his credit, he played decent enough minutes. There were still a lot of what are you doing moments, but I'm trying to – can I try to be a little positive? I can throw a couple out there if you want me to.
Yeah,
Andrea Yelovich – this kid is for real. He had Caleb Wilson in the hellhole. I mean, what did Caleb shoot? He went 5 of 19. He still had 15, 12, and 6 because he's a future lottery pick. But Yelovich had that guy struggling. Caleb Wilson had to throw up a couple of shots that had no business of going in. They still went in. Jack and I said that was going to happen. That's just how good Caleb Wilson is. But I was really impressed with how Yelovich defended. Cam Williams did a pretty good job, too, until he picked up his 2 fouls, and then he was kind of non-existent the rest of the game. Otega Owe finally decided that he can actually try and give a full effort for most of the game. So I was relatively impressed with him. He was fighting like hell on defense, actually getting to the rim, actually getting to the paint, getting the free throw line, doing the things that we had been kind of asking him to do for the first 7 games of the season. So I liked what we saw from those 2 guys. But pretty much everything else I kind of hated. So
Thanks for the sunshine. That was nice.
yeah, well, I had to get a little bit with my straight blank face for all of that. Just dominated on the offensive glass was really what it was. I think it was 22-7, maybe
20 offensive rebounds. Is
20.
nuts.
Yeah, and then the second chance points. I can look them up here real quick. That's what it was.
22-5.
22-5 was the second chance points. That was brutal. And I'll let Jacob complain about the refs because I'll just sound like a sore loser if I do it. But man, there was some questionable calls there. But it really didn't matter because Kentucky went 10 minutes without scoring a field goal, and you had to have Colin Chandler getting missing kind of close layups at the end there, like just some bad execution overall. Kentucky got off to a 10-4 lead, and then all of a sudden Pope brings in 4 new guys, and everything just stops completely again. That is really just becoming it's almost inexcusable at this point. Like, just stop playing Brandon Garrison and Jasper Johnson and guys that are not contributing and don't know what they're doing out there. Like, just stop doing it. Like, I will give a little bit of grace because you have 3 potential starters on the bench, but like we were saying, like, Otega Owe and Colin Chandler can still score 1 field goal in 10 minutes. Somebody can. Like, so there's still, like, you can have some excuses, but a lot of them they're not valid right now because the team just doesn't know what they're doing. Every time North Carolina trapped these guys at the top of the half-court line, like, Denzel Averagine was just kind of peeing down his leg. He didn't really know what to do. Like, you're just wasting possessions. I kind of liked what they did with the half-court trapping. Like, that was kind of a little bit effective, wasted some clock, really slowed North Carolina down. Like, their half-court offense was not very good. You can credit Kentucky for that a little bit. But I'll be honest, this North Carolina team didn't look that great either, outside of Caleb Wilson and Vasir.
Vasar. I think we figured out.
Vasar.
He brought up Yelovich. You want to take your victory lap since you did?
Yeah,
call
sorry,
that
I'm just sitting here yapping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a nice podcast. Get your victory lap, though. How about our parlor player of the game? Do you want it to be Yelovich?
Our parlor pizza player of the game belongs to Andrea Yelovich. Just physically fits the mold of a Caleb Wilson. We saw that 6'10", 215-pound, athletic, versatile, very underrated defensively. He's growing right before our eyes. We said, like, hey, long term, you want him to be kind of a better version of Andrew Carr, a better shot maker, things like that. When Andrew Carr would kind of get into takeover mode at the end of games last year, you kind of knew it's like, all right, get the ball to Andrew Carr, just let him eat. There were a couple of Yelovich moments where he was like, all right, clear out. This is my time to shine. It's like, where did this confidence come from? So, yeah, I'm so proud of just his growth and it kind of clicking for him finally. He's always had the talent and the potential and the experience playing overseas. It was just like, hey, can I do it in America? Can I do it playing in college basketball? And this was the first time that it kind of looked like he's like, hey, this is a starter. This guy belongs on the floor. Do not take him out. He was just, like Zach said, had Caleb Wilson in the gulag. So, hey, the one positive is our Parlor Pizza player of the game.
Go get some pepperoni bombs down there on Harrodsburg Road at Parlor Pizza. Good stuff. Yelovich, go get you several. Although he said he wasn't going to have pizza, right? Wasn't that the thing?
No Papa John's.
Yeah, okay.
But
yeah, Parlor, he's in. Fine. We all want Parlor Pizza. Jacob, big picture here, although the picture's not that far away. Gonzaga's on Friday. Other than their 40-point blowout to Michigan recently, they're a pretty tough team. Do we have any confidence from what you've seen tonight? Anything we could latch onto? Any hope? Anything positive going into that game? Or are we going to be walking in with our heads down like we are now?
Yeah, I'll let Zach keep the positive vibes because I don't really have them right now. Zach talked about the rotation, but we have Pope saying they want to dig deeper into the rotation, which didn't really make much sense to me.
Wish we had the camera on Zach's face right there.
Yes. Kentucky.
It's going to be okay, man. Will Stein's here. Will Stein's here.
Not.
Volleyball. Sorry, we're interrupting you.
Yeah, yes, Kentucky was without Jalen Lowe, but North Carolina was without Seth Trimble. So that's a wash in my book. I really don't have much positive to say.
Talk about the refs.
But the refs, yeah.
You can.
I will say, if there's one positive, is that I don't think the refs were leaning poorly towards either team. I think they just looked clueless on it never felt like the refs were like purposefully making bad calls towards anyone. It just, they would make late calls that they looked clueless on, that they really had no idea what they were doing. The backcourt violation, I think that was the right call, but it was the right call after way too long of them looking at each other, not knowing what's going on. So the refs were completely clueless. I don't think that had a big effect on the game, but it had a big effect on the viewing experience, which was not very fun.
That was Jacob's thoughts. I don't commentate on refs. No critical.
Please
stuff
don't
from
find me
on that. Nice hat, by the way. Anything
Thank
going
you.
on with On 3 Rivals, KS Board, KSR?
Oh, man.
Anything happening there?
Well, we just had it. Cyber Monday, which became Cyber Tuesday.
Yeah, cyber whatever. Come talk to us.
You got it. You just go and subscribe. I know you've got a lot of frustration after that loss. We've got a thread to let out all that frustration. Just don't make me moderate.
Not all of it, because he has to
Not
delete
all
all
of
of it.
it.
We don't want you being up much later doing that.
But get on KSR Plus.
I don't like this roller coaster we're on. The Will Stein thing was fun for 24 hours. His pop tonight was incredible, by the way. But now our basketball team's like, oh, God, I'm truly worried that we are just not going to be good at all. Do we worry about, like, the tournament? Am I overreacting? I know it's now probably 1:30 a.m.
Steven's not worried.
But if you lose to Gonzaga and then you're looking at Rick Pitino, I kind of feel good about Indiana at Rupp Arena, but that's the most winnable left. But I know it's earlier in the year, but 0-3 in these games is a worst-case scenario. Beating the 312th team by 40, I mean, that was fun. It was nice to smile, but right now, the Cats' resume and just team overall, I'm worried we actually stink and that Friday is going to be ugly. I'm taking vacation for that one. I have nice seats right behind the Gonzaga bench. I was going to talk trash. Don't know if I'll be talking, but I'm worried that's just going to be a sad trip. You're going down there, right?
I am, unfortunately. That looked like a Dayton first four game, and we were we barely deserve to be there and crap the bed. No, this team is not an NCAA tournament team right now. They can get there. I think that was the verbiage and kind of the messaging that we got from Pope. Otega Owe, kind of nonchalant, it's a long season. We got a long way to go, but just the vibe I got from them, it's like, all right, we got to reset our expectations of what this whole journey is going to look like. This is not going to be, we're going to be steamrolling through the entire regular season, confetti falling in Nashville. This is not that type of team. It's going to be like, hey, let's grind our way and find an identity that we clearly don't have right now, and then let's talk. So, I am sirens are going off in my head, wee woo about if they, if we do have a March Madness run. So they'll get there. But good grief, it's bad right now.
They wasted a great night. Tayshaun was here. We had a double Y. This is my 16th season, been to about every home game. I can't remember a double Y. You have people come out and share it, but we had a first half Y, a second half Y. We had Rondo. We had the Christian and Scooby, the little dog. That shouldn't matter. Yeah. With the Rupp Arena crowd, I can't remember a 9:30 game here ever. To be so late, it was about midnight when the game was tied at the end, and it was some of Rupp's best energy we've seen in years, and just a completely wasted opportunity.
Yeah, the Will Stein pop was one of the loudest I've ever heard here. Volleyball pop was loud as well. As Drew was saying, he had Christian and Scooby here. That's big time if you got Christian and Scooby here.
Who's bigger, Christian and Scooby or Rondo and Prince?
Christian and Scooby, come on now. They're international sensations. But I did find it funny that Rondo was sitting where he was and Mitch Barnhart was standing right next to him. I was like, I wonder what that conversation would sound like between those two. Be very fun to be a fly on the wall for that one. But shout out to the Big Blue Nation. This place was packed at 9. The game started late because, of course, ESPN game, second of the doubleheader. But Big Blue Nation was rowdy. They loved it in here until the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, 10 minutes really, when Kentucky just couldn't score a field goal. Did I say that? Dang, my bad. I try to avoid it, but
got him. Got his ass.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of other things that I hated from tonight.
All of it.
Trent Noah, just don't know what he's doing out there. If he's not shooting threes, he's just kind of running around and picking up the ball whenever he gets dribbles for a couple times.
And we're losing it.
I'm trying to. What else? Anything good? Is there a good number on that stat sheet that I overlooked?
Let's go inside and write about it, where everyone sleeps all snug in their beds with visions of beating Gonzaga in their heads. We're going to go blog a little bit more. Probably not go to bed. Get up, do more radio. You doing Sources Say tomorrow? You got anything exciting going on?
Unfortunately.
I think we'll be having a Zoom action later. That one should be fun this week.
Zoom action.
Plug.
Stick with us on KentuckySportsRadio.com. Right now, we're going to go drink more coffee, might chug a Mountain Dew, and do some blogging. But thank you for watching us here on YouTube. Thank you to Friends of Cole. Thank you to Parlor Pizza. Thank you to Andrea Yelovich. The rest of you, let's get in the lab and get to work before Gonzaga. We'll see y'all in Nashville. Go Cats.